How is everyone? How is everyone doing? Hope everyone doing well. So I thought that I didn't really need to upload this kind of video anymore because I thought I was just gonna be lazy and just direct all my Twitch VOD to YouTube. But I rethought it and change my mind. I think I will still upload this Twitch VOD just because it gives a different perspective on Sydney and stuff, and it's out and about, and you can check it out if you missed out on my Twitch live stream. This August I'm going to live stream from Sunday and Wednesday my time, so 3 p.m. So it's being pushed like a days. So that's the difference between July. July was Monday and Thursday. So this August the schedule will be Sunday and Wednesday 3 p.m. my time. Hopefully if you guys are around, come chat. If you're not, that's fine. I'll try to go outside more often, but maybe the Wednesday one would be me just sitting around. I don't know, but like if I got data I will take you guys out, but if not I will just stay in the chat. That out of the way, what has been happening? So 2 days ago I went to Darling Point, the newest hippest neighborhood in Sydney, which is like near Chinatown. And like because it's still new, it's just brand new, it's still like there are still a lot of things that it's not open yet, so it's like the newest place to hang and stuff. And it's so I feel like it's so I feel like I don't know, I feel like left behind. I feel I've done this before in a way, but I know it's the newest place, but at the same time it's like this is the thousandth place that is a new place for me, ever since I was a child. You know what I mean? Like, when you're a child, you go to this new place that just opened, this new mall, and you just go there, and then everything feels new. And then there's a new mall opens, and then you go there, and then you kind of like that's where everyone's at. And I feel like that kind of feels. Don't get me wrong, these new neighborhoods are great, and it feels really different than the previous one. But at the same time, it's just like this I think like like there's an addiction to newness that feels old, and I feel that. And also feel at the same time at the personal level that I don't belong, like I never belonged anywhere as well. And it's really weird because like, if there is a new place open, that means no one has claimed it yet. So why would you say that you don't belong there if, it's still new? But I guess there is a sense of non-belonging. I guess that's the issue, right? That's the issue that most of us have, that we don't belong, and everyone just crave to belong. But if you never belong to anything, you never feel belonging. How would you integrate that to your life? How would you know when you actually belong to something? Because you never have that feeling before. So how would you know when you have it? I've been thinking about it a lot. I realize like nowadays, maybe I'm addicted to the absence of things rather than the existence of things. Like I'm and I'm using the word addicted to it in a loose way, because I feel maybe the better word is like I'm used to with absence of things, like absence of money, absence of friends, absence of companies, absence of employment. Like I'm used to with all these things, and then if all these things suddenly is like being changed in any kind of way, it will create a very very strong emotional response, like a visceral response. So I'm like, maybe that's why like sometimes you just feel so emotionally charged about something, because you're so used to with the absence of something, and then once you have something it just feels unnatural. It feels like there's a lot of you that needs to change, because your whole body basically have been programmed to the absence of something. So suddenly your brain needs to be remapped, reorganized to fit this new thing into your life. Well, I'm thinking like that, maybe from a perspective of my flatmate as well, because I realized, oh, like I'm not talking about them specifically. I'm thinking like, oh, they went from like being single and then now being a couple. So I'm thinking, oh, if you have been single for a long time and then suddenly you be in a relationship, that's going from nothing and then suddenly to something, and that's very, that's very that's very that's very different, because like even if you want to have children, right, like you have 9 months to prepare yourself, or like you're probably going to have to go through the shock for the first 3 months, 6 months. You're like, oh my god, I can't wait to push this baby out. By the time it was 9 months, you probably you have kind of like a set of time to kind of prepare, although your body probably will go into shock, and then all this subsequent emotional reactions to it. It's not like sudden, like if the existence of it, although it's sudden, it comes like with this tiny change, and then it's slowly growing bigger. But it's not like that with a relationship. With a relationship, is like, so before you're single, and then maybe you have a short period of time where you get to know each other, and then suddenly you're in a relationship. So it's like, it's in your face a lot, especially if you start moving in together, and then suddenly they're in your face all the time. If you're dating and just casually dating, you probably have your space, and then you see them on a weekend, so that's different, right? But suddenly, from this absence to something. And I think it's also the same way with my body. I was like, I didn't go with food, for a long time, and then suddenly, so I was addicted to the absence of food. I think my body actually quite like not having any food inside, and then I kind of force feeding it for a long time now, for about 2 years now. And now I'm kind of cutting back on it. Now I've been intermittent fasting for like almost, so now it's the start of week 4, but my body is not shedding any fat um away. I think it's because any kind of food that it retains, it just keeps adding on to the fat, because it's no longer, it's not really reliant on food as much, because I was already addicted to and the absence of it. My body was so used to with the absence of it. Now it doesn't really know what to do with all this abundance of food. Anyway, that's my analysis for this week. I don't know whether it's helpful or not. So maybe maybe it also works with money. Maybe we are all addicted with not having money. So we don't know what would we do if we have a lot of money, because we are so addicted to money. Then maybe as soon as we have money, we're just gonna like chuck it all away because it doesn't feel good, because we're not used to it. But anyway, hope everyone's doing well. That is what's happening in my life right now. Hopefully everyone's doing good, and I will talk to you soon. Bye everyone.